$45,000. That's what Naomi Prescott's fancy SUV used to be worth before my grandpa turned it into a shiny, silent cube of metal with a single press of a button. No warnings, no arguments, no lawyers. Just the roar of the crusher and a slow, satisfied nod from a 78-year-old man who'd had enough. And if you're thinking, wait, what happened? We'll buckle in. Because this story goes from zero to justice real quick. It started on a quiet Monday. I'd driven down to Sundown Ridge to spend some time with Grandpa Eddie. He runs a salvage yard, the kind of place that smells like oil and memory. We were just sipping coffee on the porch talking about life when we heard it. This engine growl way too aggressive for a neighborhood that still uses rotary phones. Then, boom, Range Rover rolls up. Sparkling clean license plate reads, Elite One. And out steps Naomi Prescott, president of the local HOA. She looked like she was headed to a boardroom, not a gravel lot. Heels clicking, smile tight, and flanked by this dude, built like a vending machine, wearing a HOA logo polo. Royce. He never spoke unless it was to threaten fines or crack his knuckles. Naomi didn't waste time. Mr. Carter, this salvage yard is non-compliant. That shed of yours is 6 feet into community space. We're offering $75,000 for the whole property. Generous considering. Grandpa just stared at her, calm as ever. It's not for sale. Her smile froze. 72 hours to think it over. After that, we start enforcement. Now to be clear, there's shed. It's been there since 1986. Naomi didn't care. She wasn't trying to enforce standards. She wanted Grandpa's land to finish building a luxury resort called Prescott Pines. My quick Google search that night showed she already bought out every other lot. Ours was the last holdout. Next day, the harassment started. We got hit with bogus violations. Grass too high. Fence too rusty. Paint too faded. City inspectors showed up like they were working overtime. Water got shut off. Then the phone. Even our mailbox got tagged for non-conforming style. Royce started parking his SUV right on our fence line, like some weird power play. Every day, same spot. Day 3, still there. Grandpa didn't say much. Just handed me the old property deed and asked if I knew anything about salvage rights. I didn't, but he taught me real quick. Turns out under Texas law, anything left abandoned on your land for more than 72 hours legally becomes yours if you have it in your deed. And guess what? We did. Grandpa had it written in back in '87. By Friday morning, Royce's SUV had been parked there for 5 days. That's when Naomi showed up with a convoy city trucks, sheriff deputies, even some local news crew she probably tipped off. She strutted in like she already owned the place. Mr. Carter, she said, fake sweet again. We're condemning the shed. You've got 48 hours to vacate. Grandpa didn't argue. He looked right at Royce's SUV. You might want to move that car. Royce smirked. Make me. Grandpa turned, walked to the back, and fired up the crusher. That machine hadn't run in years, but he'd spent all week tuning it. The roar it made when it started. It was like thunder. Neighbors came out of their homes. Some were filming. Naomi looked around like she was losing control of the movie she'd been directing. Royce's SUV got hoisted into the air, real slow like a ritual. She screamed, "Stop! That's theft!" Officer Jennings shook his head. Actually, it's legal. Been documented. Salvage rights are valid. The jaws closed. Glass shattered, metal bent and cried. And just like that, the intimidation vehicle became a 2-foot cube. Naomi lost it. "I'll sue, I'll take everything." And then, radio crackle. Officer Jennings listens, then turns to her. "Naomi Prescott, federal warrants just came through fraud, bribery, conspiracy to commit extortion." Cue black SUVs rolling up the drive, real FBI style. They cuffed her in front of half the town. Royce, he didn't say a word, just turned, walked away. Turns out he'd already flipped, gave testimony about everything. The bribes, the threats, the whole HOA scam. Naomi. She got 7 years. Resort project canceled. HOA board dissolved. Her mansion auctioned. As for that little metal cube, Grandpa donated it to the local Veterans Museum. Sits on display now, with a plaque that reads, "What happens when bullies underestimate an old man with time and the law on his side?" Oh, and the twist. We found out later that Naomi was technically right. The shed was 6 inches over the property line. But Grandpa, he knew that. He just never bothered to fix it. When Royce rammed it, he saved us the demolition costs. Grandpa just smiled and said, "Sometimes you let them think they're winning, so they walk straight into their own trap." So now I gotta ask, was Grandpa too quiet, too patient? Or was that the only way to take down someone like Naomi? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who was right? What would you have done? And where do you draw the line between community order and plain old corruption? Let's talk about justice and when to bring the hammer down.